world is unstable. United States finding peace through a terrorist country known as Pakistan. Iran attacked all the Gulf nations. How India is balancing all this global chaos. How we are managing the relations with all the world powers. Hello and welcome on the briefing Adda. This is Vivek. The world is unstable. Russia versus Ukraine, Gaza crisis, Israel versus Iran, NATO uncertainties, or US China rivalry. And one of the biggest oil routes are just stifled or smoothed. Amid all this, where India stands? India stands balanced, means we are managing the relations with all the major powers which are engaging with each other in regards of the war or any other thing. Now let's talk about the chaos in the world. If we talk about the Russia and Ukraine, it is almost more than 4 years of the war, and Putin and Zelensky are just playing like the stubborn child. Nobody wants to lose in the battlefield. Actually, we are very familiar of that war, and nowadays we didn't talk about that war, except something big was happened on the battlefield. Now, let's talk about the Gaza crisis. As we are very familiar of the word Gaza, Hamas, Hezbollah versus Israel, or includes the Iran. Actually, if we talk about the Gaza in present, there are totally collapsed of infrastructure in the Gaza. People are starving of food, and almost there is a famine condition in Gaza. And Israel kills them almost every week. And there is no concrete solution to stop that one. To stop that one, I think more than 50% of Gaza is controlled by Israel right now. And let's see what will be the future of Gaza, because the peace board is almost in a dormant state. Nobody talk about that peace board. NATO uncertainties, as we are very aware of it, the Mr. Donald Trump, the worst president of United States in regards of India, as we see Donald Trump as the worst president of United States, as we are very aware of it, that how Donald Trump threatens all the European Council nations to acquire the Greenland, which is a part of Denmark, extended territory of Denmark. To pressurize the European countries, Donald Trump puts extra tariffs on all European nation countries. Actually, European nations have a trade deal with the United States. There are relations, there are pacts. We have to follow. We have to follow them. But Trump is the boss of the country, so he will do whatever he wants to do. So he put extra 25% or extra tariffs on the European nations. Amid this, European nations backfire and they send army to the Greenland. I think France or many other European nations sent army to the Greenland. So this will raise a question of the future of NATO, because this is the alarm how the European nation countries will defend itself if there is something happened, like the US attacked the Greenland or something else will happen. Let's see what will happen the future of NATO. Maybe it will disintegrate within a decade or 2 decades, something like that. Now let's talk about Israel versus Iran. It is, understand this thing, it is always Israel versus Iran, not the US versus Iran, because Israel have a survival threat from the Iran, because if Iran gets the nuclear power, it will first hit the Israel. What US and Israel did, they attacked Iran and Iran backfired. Iran attacked all the Gulf nations and including Israel, and the positions of America, the bases of America in the Gulf, in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, or any other country in the Gulf. And in the Gulf nations, nobody responded to the Iran attack. Amid this, Iran stifled 20% oil, 20% supply of crude oil to the world. They choked the Strait of Hormuz, which fulfill 20% requirements of the world energy, and not the crude oil, LPG, LNG, or the fertilizers, all of these. Amid all this, United States finding peace through a terrorist country known as Pakistan. Let's see what will the future of this peace deal will going to happen or not. Now let's see that how India is balancing all this global chaos, how we are managing the relations with all the world powers. Like if we talk about India and Russia, we have very good relations with Russia. Russia is our old friend. We have old strategic partnership with Russia. We have defense cooperation with Russia, and maybe in the upcoming days we will receive the fourth battery of S-400 system. And right now, Russia is the biggest supplier of crude oil to India, and we have very good relations. In contrast to this, if we talk about India-USA relations, we have very good relations with USA, except the last 2 years or maybe the Trump's presidency. We have trade, we have tech cooperation with USA, we have cooperation in semiconductors, and major USA companies like Google, Meta, Microsoft, Amazon, they all are investing billions in India, which shows there is a trust in India or there is a good relation with India. And USA sees India as centered to the Indo-Pacific policy. USA sees, but we don't trust USA because under Trump's presidency, the USA foreign policy is totally unpredictable. Nobody can predict what will going to happen in the upcoming days or in the near future. Now, let's talk about India and Israel relation. We have defense relations with Israel, we have agriculture relations with Israel, we have infrastructure relations with Israel. As we are very aware of it, in 2023, India holds the presidency of G20. In that presidency, India proposed an infrastructure plan which connects India to European nations, through which India will connect the Europe via Gulf, including UAE, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel, and then Mediterranean Sea to the European nations, in which Israel plays a very significant role. That's why we have a very good relations with Israel. And now, in contrast to this, let's talk about India versus Gulf relations. We have very good relations with the Gulf. We, as the major importer of energy, we depends on Gulf to get the energy. Gulf is one of the biggest trading partner of India. And amid this, we have almost a 1 crore of Indians in the Gulf. And we are getting the remittances from the Gulf. And now let's talk about the last one, which is China. India versus China. We have relations with China. We are friends economically, but we are rivals strategically. We have border tensions with China, as we are very known of the 2020 Galwan clash with China. We had we have cooperation with China in the BRICS. In contrast to this, we have counterbalance to China in Quad. We are cooperating with Quad to counterbalance China with United States. Amid all this chaos, India stands firmly with itself, with nobody else, with itself. And maybe Marco Rubio is in India nowadays. There's a function in US Embassy in India in which Dr. Jaishankar standing with Marco Rubio and said, India have a very good relation with Israel, Iran, Gulf nations, United States, with Russia, everywhere in the world. We have very good relations with all of the world. Amid all this chaos, India managing all the world powers. Because India's goal is not neutrality, its goal is flexibility. India managing its interest with with all the world powers. Because we, the Indian government, have to fulfill the requirements of 1.4 billion people, which is not an easy task, and they are playing that task very well. Thank you very much.